All right, everyone. So I'm making another one of these videos, and I haven't made one of them in a while where I just, give you guys my thoughts on a specific topic. And today I wanted to essentially discuss with you guys something that I've noticed about the Boruto 2 Blue Vortex manga. And I wanted to just put all my thoughts here in this video and obviously, throw it to you guys and see what you guys think and wonder whether or not you actually agree with me or whether you disagree with me. And if you do, of course, let me know about it in the comment section down below. And the thing that I wanted to discuss with you guys is essentially where I think the Boruto 2 Blue Vortex manga has actually kind of failed when it comes to the Awakened Shinjuu. Now, the Awakened Shinjuu, I want you to just think about this for a minute. Ever since they have been introduced, we have been told time and time again that these Awakened Shinju are essentially a threat to the whole world. They are a threat to humanity's existence, and not just humanity, but if they succeed, they will be a threat to pretty much every other living thing in the entire Naruto universe, because obviously they are Shinju and their job or their instincts are to absorb Botsutsuki and grow a divine tree and of course grow a chakra fruit. So obviously they're not just going to stop at Earth. They're going to go to other planets and possibly seek out other life forms and, devour them and grow more divine trees, grow more chakra fruit, and who knows what else? Who knows what these things could actually end up evolving into? And we are told that they are just a threat to everything. And we need to be really careful about how we approach them. We need to be smart. We need to essentially go at this very, very carefully, because if we're not, then they could end up basically causing the end of the world. And they keep doing all of this talking about how they are a threat to everyone, and especially when it comes to how powerful they are. And based on everything we know about them, obviously they would be powerful. Number one, they are made from the Ten Tails, and the Ten Tails is obviously a source of great power. And they have also been enhanced by Code and his chakra which exceeds Jigen. Now, to be fair, they never clarify which version of Jigen, but if it is the version of Jigen that fought Naruto and Sasuke, then yes, he would be very dangerous. And not only that, he has a karma mark that was given to him by Ishiki, so that's thrown into the mix. And we know that Code was modified by Shibai Otsutsuki cells, so that's also thrown into the mix. So obviously these things would be very strong. And not only that, but they're also enhanced by the chakra of the human that they are made from. So Hidari, for example, you take everything that I just mentioned, Ishiki's chakra, Shibai's chakra, the Ten Tails chakra, mixed with Sasuke's chakra, you would think that Hidari would be without question, outside of Jura, the most dangerous one, the one that would essentially be the most difficult to deal with. And yet, he is the first one of these Awakened Shinju to be defeated. He's the first one to be destroyed. And then, of course, you move on to the others. We have Matsuri, who was able to essentially, in a moment, stun Boruto with her technique. And obviously, you have Mamushi, and he was also able to pressure Boruto. And it's just all of these things that basically, in my opinion, kind of fail to establish just how powerful these Awakened Shinju actually are. They did it a little bit. Obviously, if you look at the context, it does tell you how strong they are. But the thing about it is, again, you can tell us how strong they are. You can even show us a little bit. But the one thing you need to do, and I'm saying this especially with the release of the newest chapter, which as of the recording of this video, the most recent chapter is chapter 24. And it seems like we are finishing this current arc and we are moving on to a new one. And we are told that the next Awakened Shinju that is going to be on the move is Mamushi. He is on his way to the Leaf Village, presumably to target Ada. So I'm making this video now because I'm hoping that in the next arc, one thing that we do see is the thing that we kind of needed to see, something that I personally was hoping to see in this current arc, which is that the Awakened Shinju actually getting a win. This is something that the story needs to show us now. It needs to show Jura and the Awakened Shinju actually getting a win over the good guys. Because the thing is, you can't just have them consistently go over and try to accomplish their goal only to be stopped, only to fail time and time again. Because if you keep doing that, whatever opportunity you had to establish them as a threat with us, the readers, is going to immediately go away. And the thing about it is, I'm already seeing some people online showing that they either are not fully aware of how strong these awakened Shinju actually are or how strong they're supposed to be, and instead they have an idea that they are actually weaker. Because, for example, like there are people who think that the awakened Shinju, and I know that this isn't anything new. I know this is something that has been kind of going on with the Boruto series for a while now, where you have audience members kind of downplaying how strong these characters currently are at this point in the timeline, because you'll have people saying that, oh, if Madara was here in the story, he would be able to do things like he would destroy Jura or he would destroy the awakened Shinju. And here's the thing, okay? For the people who think that, that is absolutely incorrect. That is, you could not be any further from the truth. Madara, and let me just clarify, I love Madara, I do. Maybe not a big fan of where his character went, but I am a big fan of the character. Madara is not doing shit to any of these current characters. Okay, let's just get this clear. Madara is not doing shit to any of the awakened Shinju. He's not doing anything to Jura. He's not doing anything to Boruto. He's not doing anything to Kawaki. He's not doing anything to Sarada even. I know that's going to piss some people off, but based on what we've seen from Sarada, Madara is not doing anything to her, and he's not doing anything to Mitsuki. He's not doing anything to Naruto or Sasuke. It's just Madara's not doing anything. Okay, these characters are way, way above him now in terms of skill and strength. That's just a fact. Okay, I know there's a lot of people out there who are probably not going to be happy about that, but that is just a fact. And this is just very normal for shonen. The story, when it moves forward, the power scaling starts to get higher and higher and higher, and characters who at one point were considered the pinnacle of strength are just not there anymore, especially when it comes to the antagonist. That's just normal for any shonen series. Take Dragon Ball, for example. At one point, you had King Piccolo. He was the strongest being in the entire series. But if you look at where the story is now, King Piccolo, in my opinion, wouldn't even defeat Krillin. Okay, I know, again, that may piss off some people, but that is just a fact. And that's pretty normal. And Boruto is a shonen, so of course, characters now are far stronger than characters from the past. That's just the reality. And the thing is, I think the reason why you have people who think this is because I think the story did a very poor job of properly conveying to us how strong these awakened Shinju actually are. Again, if you sit down and if you read it and if you actually take a look at it, you can take from certain statements and things that, you know, the story is actually showing us, maybe instead of outright telling us, that this is where the awakened Shinju are in terms of strength. The problem, however, is that we keep seeing them lose. The very first time the awakened Shinju and Jura went to accomplish their target, which is to absorb, you know, the person that they selected, they ended up failing. Jura and Hidari went to Konoha to capture their targets, you know, Himawari and Sarada respectively, and they ended up failing. And Hidari even ended up getting killed. And I said this at the time, but I think that that was a very big mistake on the story's part. I think it was absolutely a mistake for them to have the first fight, the first actual fight that they are involved in, and they end up losing. I think that that was, in my opinion, the biggest mistake the story did, because unfortunately, I think it's now starting to have it be in people's minds that these awakened Shinju are not as strong as they actually are, or at least as strong as the story is trying to tell us they actually are. And then you move on to this current arc where you had Ryo and Matsuri, both of them going for their targets. And I thought that, okay, if they have them get the win now, then okay, they can make up for what happened before. Still don't like that they had them lose the first time, but having them win currently would be good for them. It would be good for establishing them as the threat that they actually are. But what ended up happening, they ended up failing. And Ryu ended up destroyed, and Matsuri also ended up destroyed. And now there's a chance that both of them have been essentially removed from the story permanently, which obviously we will, you know, find out in, you know, the next chapter, whether or not they actually have been completely removed from the story permanently. And I hope the story also answers as to also gives us an answer as to why Jura is just allowing Ryu and Matsuri to essentially just be removed. I mean, he went through the trouble of saving Hidari, but not doing the same for Ryu and Matsuri. I don't know. I mean, this is the same guy who was talking about finding ways for us awakened Shinjuu to survive, like thinking about our survival, and yet he's allowing two of his, awakened Shinjuu to be essentially removed from the story. I don't understand like what's going on. Again, obviously when we get the later part of the story, we will find out whether that's true or not, whether Ryo and Matsuri have been completely removed from the story or not. We will have to wait and see. But I personally hope they haven't been, because I think that there's still more you could do with their character, unless the plan is to remove them because you plan on introducing other types of awakened Shinju. People have been theorizing about possibly other awakened Shinju to take their place. Unless that is the plan, then I can at least understand it. I don't like it, but I can at least understand why you did this. And yeah, it's just the story needs to give the awakened Shinju a win. They can't just keep having them lose over and over again. And if you keep doing that, then you're just going to have more and more people who are going to have it in their minds that these awakened Shinju are not as strong as they actually are. Because, and I'm not even joking when I say this, I saw someone online who legitimately thought that Matsuri would not win against Obito. Again, let me just clarify something. I am a fan of Obito. I am. I love the character. Obito ain't doing shit to Matsuri. Okay, let's just get that very clear. Obito is not winning against Matsuri. Okay? It's not happening. Yes, he has some hacks like Kamui that may give him a bit of an advantage, but Matsuri would destroy him. Let's just get that very, very clear. Okay? These Naruto characters, as much as I love them and as much as I understand people liking them and thinking that they're still cool, which they are, but let's just face facts here. They are not doing anything against the awakened Shinju. Madara's not doing anything against the awakened Shinju. Obito's not doing anything against the awakened Shinju. Hashirama's not doing anything against the awakened Shinju. It's just not happening. These characters would be destroyed by Matsuri, by Ryu, by Mamushi, by Hidari, especially by Jura. It's just not happening. Okay, let's just face facts, guys. These characters have been left behind when it comes to the tiers of power, okay? Even Kaguya. There are people out there who still are under the belief that Kaguya is stronger than Momoshiki, is stronger than Kinshiki. That is absolutely not a fact, okay? Kaguya, it has been explained time and time and time again that she is not stronger than Momoshiki or Kinshiki. Okay, can we please end that stupid narrative? Kaguya is not stronger than those two. It has been made clear over and over again that she purposefully was creating White Zetsu because she knew that they were going to be on their way to Earth and she was planning an army to fight them. Even Sasuke pointed out, like, okay, wait a minute. Kaguya, as strong as she was, why did she need an army? You would think she wouldn't need an army unless there was something out there that even she, as powerful as she is, needed an army to fight. They were talking about Kinshiki and Momoshiki. The story confirms that they are above her in terms of power. It is what it is. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Can we please end that stupid narrative? So yeah, just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you watched up until this point, I really do appreciate it. And if you enjoy these types of videos, let me know about them. Or let me know if you want more of them in the comment section down below. And if there are any other topics that you guys would like me to make a video like this about, again, tell me about it in the comment section down below. I do plan to make more of these where it's just discussion videos where I take, specific topics or things that I want to discuss about the Boruto manga and just, sit here and just hit record, make a video, giving you guys my thoughts on it. Let me know if there are other topics out there, again, that you want me to discuss them. Like I said, I do plan on making more of these. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you again so much for listening. And I hope I'll see you for my next video, whatever that is. Bye for now.